Hey friends, I'm trying to get my camera all situated and having a horrible time. Hopefully I'm in frame. If not, oh well. Anyway, my big old knees are in front. Whatever. Okay, so I wanted to get on here and kind of talk to you about something, and it is going to be about Connor and potty training, because I get so many questions about it, and I'm like, I'm just going to do a video because I've always said that nothing is off limits, so here I am to prove it. So, okay, Connor, if you take it, okay, let me back up to the orphanage. Connor came home at age 3. At the orphanage, Connie, see, I'm trying to talk really fast. At the orphanage, Connor was on a potty training schedule, meaning he went to the bathroom at certain times. They took him when he got up in the morning. They took him before lunch. They took him after lunch. They took him before nap. They took him after nap. And they took him before bed. So he was on a really good schedule, but still he used his diaper, you know. And what you have to remember is that just because he's 3, he is so extremely delayed. He's much younger. When he came home, in a lot of areas, he was still on a 12-month level. So you have to keep that in mind. So 3-year-old body, but really 12 months. And so Connor's done really well about going when you take him. It's in his IEP that he goes to the bathroom. And when you take him, he will go. He pee. He will try his hardest to squeeze a pee out, even if his diaper is soaked, even if it's like a drip or a drop. He will try to go. And so that's really good. And so we've tried it all. He has a little Mickey potty here at the house. He'll go on it. He'll use the big potty. You know, the sky's the limit. He'll do it all. But there's no telling you he needs to go. And we have tried numerous things. We got the potty watch. I wish I'd have brought it in here. It's a watch that he wears, and you set a timer on it. So you can do every 15 minutes. And for like 2 days, we did every 15 minutes. And it's hard, y'all. You don't realize how short 15 minutes are till you're having to help him to the bathroom. And then we tried, and it was just too much. Like, he ended up taking it off one day and hiding it from me because he didn't want to do it. So we timed it back to every 30 minutes and tried it that way, and it was kind of the same result. He just didn't care. He would still use his diaper. It was just a lot. And so we've kind of went away from that. We still have it. We may revisit it, but we've kind of went away from that. And we're kind of playing it by ear at this point. We take him to the bathroom, but it's not like we're trying to keep his pull-up dry all the time. Because what ended up happening, because I've been there, I've tried that, but what ended up happening is he was just getting really stressed out, and I was getting really stressed out. And I know that if I push him, Connor is so stubborn, y'all. And I know that if I push him, he's going to buck up on me and not go any of the time. And so I want to keep it where he's not afraid of the bathroom right now. He's not afraid to use the toilet, and that's where I want to keep him. Even out in public, if I take him to the bathroom, he will use it. So that is incredible, and that is just a big step and a great stride in the right direction. He does know the potty sign. He's done it once and went to the potty, and then he stopped altogether. Because when he did it, and I took him to the bathroom and he actually peed, I thought, we've got it. We've got it in the bag. And I was going to, this was last year, and I'm like, this summer I'm going to have him potty trained. And it just did not work out that way. He has never signed potty again. I always remind him, tell mama when you got to go potty. And he just won't. And regression is real, y'all. And regression is hard. And because it's like, you know they can do it, you know, and then it's like they slide back, and it's like somehow it's like they don't even remember it, and it's just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's hard, and people would beg to differ that he regresses because you can't really see it, but a lot of things like that, I call it regression. It's not like a major league step back, but like he never does it again. And so it's really difficult, and he does that a lot with talking and certain words. So anyway, people ask me all the time about potty training. Is he potty trained? Are you potty training? What are you doing to potty train? And I'll be honest with you, I totally get it. Most people are just curious, but it is a real sore subject with me because I feel like a bad mom in a lot of ways. I feel like it falls back on me. It looks bad on me that I cannot get him potty trained, and I know that that's irrational, and I know that I shouldn't feel that way at all, but that's how I feel, and it's really hard, and it's really difficult, and I know that he'll get there eventually, and it's okay. We're completely fine with it. We've come to peace with it. We've had to come to grips with it, I guess you would say. And it's not going to be simple, and it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be a 2 or 3 months and he's got it thing. We've already learned that because it's already been how many years? And we have a great team. His teacher and his aides at school are awesome. I know they're taking him to the bathroom. I know he's doing great at school. So we have a great team, and I appreciate everyone's concerns and opinions. We've been given a lot of them. We have tried putting him in clothes, just putting him in underwear. And, you know, because it's supposed to be, oh, when he gets wet, he won't want to feel wet, and he'll start using the bathroom. Connor could care less. He will pee all over himself, sit in it, stay in it. Even when he uses his diaper, he don't care. For a while there, he would, like, go get me a diaper and bring me a diaper, and I'm like, boy, if you can bring me a diaper, you can use the potty. And, you know, we laugh about it, but he doesn't even really do that anymore. He hasn't done that with me in a very long time. And so he will just stay in it. And a new thing he's doing, I'm just going to share with you, I'm going to have to put a disclaimer on this that it is way TMI, is when he poops, he gets in it, and he rubs it, and he puts it places, and not like to the extreme. I've heard some real horror stories. I think what happens is he ends up scratching, and when he does, it gets on his hand, and he wants it off, and so we've had this happen a couple times, and the last time was like 2 days ago, I think, and it ended up he wiped it inside his shirt to get it off, kind of like that, I guess. So all this inside his shirt was poop. And I was actually in the shower, and as soon as I got out of the shower, I knew he'd used the bathroom, and I'm like, please don't let it smell so bad, because it's on a bunch of stuff, and it was. And he has wiped it on some curtains before. Anyway, he's trying to get it off his hands. So we bought, it's too hot right now, obviously, for footy pajamas. I'm a sucker for footy pajamas, so he definitely does have footy pajamas, but right now it is way too hot for that. So we bought some onesies that snap. I think I got 4T in them. You can get them online in different sizes. And so I bought 4T, and a lot of times if I'm going to go shower or I'm going to do something where I have to leave the room for a minute, I put one of those on him because he can't get in. Well, he could get into it, but he hadn't figured it out yet. So that's normally, like, we'll put it on him and then a pair of pajama pants or something. So that's normally what I've been doing. If I'm in the room, it's not so bad because you can smell it like immediately, and I change him. But it's just if you're not right on him or right with him, that's happening. And that's never happened out in public. That's never happened at school or anywhere like that. That's just an at-home thing. So what can you do besides he gets in trouble, obviously, and putting the onesie on him? You know, what can you do? So anyway, that's just a little side note that he is doing that. And so anyway, about putting clothes on him, we've tried that. It doesn't work. He just will sit and pee. He will sit and poop, whatever. So that doesn't really work with him. And that goes back to not all kids are the same. And people that tell you that are super, super well-meaning, but they're talking about typical children. And so we're a little, you know, I don't want to say not the norm because I preach more alike than different. But, you know, I hope you get what I mean. I don't mean any disrespect by that. So anyway, we are going to the bathroom. We are not stressing it. We are not freaked out. I've had a lot of people, and this is well-meaning people too. This is mostly people who don't know a lot about IEPs and about special education and things like that. I've had a lot of people, because he's in first grade. Last year when he was starting kindergarten, I had a lot of people like, well, what are you going to do? He can't start school. He can't start school in diapers. Well, it's a little different if they have special needs. So, yes, he definitely can, and he definitely does go to school. So, I think if I had anything else, we're doing our best, y'all. It's hard. It's really been hard. And it's just been something that I let myself stress over for way too long, and now I'm, like, at peace with it, and if it takes 4 or 5 more years, it takes 4 or 5 more years. Is it difficult? Absolutely. It is hard to pull off a standing up diaper change for pee. I've never done one for poop. I just can't do it. I have to lay him down to get him clean. I take it back. I'd say I could do it if I had to, but it's much easier. Plus putting a diaper back on him. Standing up, you're more likely to not have it on right, and then you're going to have a leak later, and you're just better off to take the time to lay him down. The problem lies in if you're in public. Most changing tables go to 50 pounds, so it's not a problem, because Connor we just weighed at the doctor. Connor weighs 31 pounds. So we still have a while on them, but he's longer than them. And anyway, there's just a lot of hard things about a changing table. And a lot of places still don't have them. And I should not, I know this is preached all the time, people get tired of hearing it, but I should not have to lay my kid on the floor. I shouldn't have to. And I know people whose child is way older than Connor, who's not potty trained, and they should not have to lay their child on the floor. No one should ever have to lay on the floor of a public bathroom, okay? And a lot of times, it's just easier to change him in the car. So, a lot of times what I do is I drive a Honda Civic, so it's small. I lay him beside his car seat in the back on the seats, and I change him right there. And then just normally wherever we're going has a trash can outside, and I'll just throw away the diaper. So, it's hard. It makes life difficult because he's not going to be able to lay there much longer because he's so tall and he's just folded up, bent up. It's hard to change him there, really. If I'm with somebody who has more of a SUV type where you can pop the trunk and it's like not like you're putting your child into a trunk, it's like the back seats and stuff, you can lay them there and it's much easier, and that's a lot better. But again, in this day and age, laying anyone down, even your child, because they're not babies, he's a 7-year-old boy, laying your child down and changing them in a parking lot, like, it's not good, okay? For one, it could look bad to people passing by, because they don't know what's happening, they don't know it's your kid, And for two, I don't want people looking at him. He's 7 years old, so I am, like, trying to block him with my body, which makes it look even worse to my point number one. So it's just hard, and and also, like, I'm distracted when that's happening, and my back is turned, and there's just a lot of weirdos in this world that could come up and take advantage of me not being paying attention, because you always have to keep your guard up. That's just the world we live in, sadly. And so it's hard. It makes life difficult, but if I can, I try to change him in the car, just because I've went in so many places where there's not a changing table, and it's just hard. And so, sorry, I had a notification. And so, yeah. But it's hard regardless, because, I've talked about before Connor's level of independence and things, and you don't know until they're there. You have no idea. You have no idea with a typical child who they're going to be and how they're going to be. But with special needs, there's like an added layer, because I don't know how independent he's going to be, and so it's like taking him to the bathroom when he's older. I mean, how does that look? How does that work? I know there's women that's going to get uptight if he's in the women's bathroom. I can't really go in the men's bathroom with him. Sure, there's family bathrooms, but there's not as many of those as you think. And if someone's in there and your child, let's just say, not so great at going potty, and what I mean by that is when he's got to go, he's got to go. There's no time to wait while somebody's holed up in the family bathroom. And I feel the same way about, like, dads when they take their little girls places. And what do? Like, because in the men's bathroom, there's urinals. So, and a lot of times those aren't in stalls. So, like, I know people think, well, he's the dad. The little girl would be safe in the bathroom with him. Yeah, but you should not have to walk your daughter in the bathroom and worry about her seeing a grown man standing there, you know? And I'm on this whole different soapbox now, but and in this day, you just cannot hardly let them go in the bathroom, even though you're like, oh, it's the women's bathroom. There's crazy women out there. It's not just men anymore. I feel like when I was growing up, you were taught to be afraid of men. But now I'm just afraid of everybody, okay? Just be scared of everyone. That's so sad. That's just so sad. But anyway, I didn't want to make this super long, but I just wanted to hop on here, and I just wanted to say, we are doing our best. If you have questions or comments or concerns, you can tell me. That's great. But know that it's not like we're not trying. We are trying, and we are giving it our best. And it's just going to take time. It's just going to be one of them things that's going to take time. And when he's ready, he'll be ready. So, all right. Bye, guys.